So, Onorevole Letta, how has the current situation changed politics for you? I mean, is it like in 1992 after Tangentopoli, or is it very different?
We have the euro, first difference, big difference. And we are risking to lose the euro. So we have to do all we can to avoid this collapse of the euro. For us Italians, the risk is absolutely worse than for the others, for the Germans or the French. We want to stay in the euro, and we want a euro succeeding. I would like an Italy running and working for the United States of Europe. Right. This is the true point, because with the euro alone, it doesn't work. We need a president of Europe elected by the people, because the Greek case and also the Italian one demonstrates that it's absolutely necessary to have financial unity, monetary union, and the political one. People can accept limitation of power for their own parliament if they vote who will limit their own parliament. We have to say to the Italians, but not only to the Italians, also to the French, to the British, when in 75 we built the G7, we had 4 of the 7 were Europeans. If in 2020 you, with the same criteria, you have to rank again, to have the ranking of the G7 of 2020, no European country will be on board.
Right.
Possibly Europe.
Only Europe united. So that's very important. For the Germans too.
Yes.
Alone, they can do anything.
Do you think that it's possible in this situation, when you have a goal for political union, a sense that it's the promised land, is there a danger that Italy will produce what really Italy has not produced before, which is an anti-Europe party?
I think Italian resisted to the Berlusconi government, to the Lega Nord in power, and so on. And Italians are still pro-Europe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is the demonstration we are the heart of Europe.
So you think Europe, in a way, saves Italy by providing the rules and enforcing them?
Yes, it's absolutely necessary. I think the need of the change of a country that has a south with big difficulties, bigger difficulties than 20 years ago, I would say. Youth are in difficulties, bigger difficulties than 20 years ago. Women are, in difficulties in comparison with the rest of Europe.
Yes.
So we have an unbalanced country. I think this is the true point. Now we need a political situation in which the people government is working for avoiding imbalances, for having this new atmosphere, an atmosphere more concrete, without rhetoric, with more austerity, a big work for cutting cost of politics, of the administration. We never managed, except the small period of the Prodi Padoa-Schioppa government, the debt crisis we had. The collapse was the last 10 years, because if you look at the figures, in 10 years, Italy's growth was 2.8% in 10 years.
In 10 years, total.
Instead of 15% of UK and 12% of France. This is why today we are still there with the problems of 10 years ago, with demography changing in a situation
dramatically.
Absolutely negative. So we have to work on that.
A lot of people talk to me about the cost of politics and about the need to reform the so-called casta, the political class that costs so much. Is this possible at a time of austerity, a time of unpopularity? Will politicians vote to cut themselves?
It's absolutely necessary. We reached some important goals thanks to the new atmosphere brought by the Monti government. For instance, finally we solved the problem of the pensions of the member of parliament, the local, the regional parliaments and so on. It was a scandal, now is solved. We solved the problem of this local level provinces
Yes.
between the region and the municipalities.
Yes.
Now is solved
That was
thanks to the Monti government. So I think this new atmosphere demonstrated that it's possible to change. I think it's very important for the future of the country, for the demonstration of politics is necessary and politics can be credible.
You were the youngest minister in your time. What about the next generation? How is the young generation going to be released into politics the next?
I think it's necessary to change the electoral law, first of all, and to have a law in which competition. So if we have competition, young people can have an opportunity. If not, the oldest part of the political class will still resist and still oblige the country to avoid all the possibility of the change that we need, absolutely we need.
And what about women?
I think that the Italian situation for women is so a scandal that it's necessary to have, I would say, pink quotas is absolutely necessary. If not, we will not solve the problem. We reached to change the law some months ago, introducing pink quotas in the board of the Italian firms quoted at the stock exchange.
Yes.
They are obliged today to have 15% and in some years 30% of women inside. Until today, women there are the 4%.
But I mean, the general problem for women is much larger than that. I mean, a good
The
example.
other point is how can we manage to have a new welfare system
Yes.
in which all the weight is not on the women, all the weight of the family care,
Yes.
on the, of course, child care, and of the old people care.
So the problem for women is the lack of status in society. But do you think also that you could have a female president of the Republic,
course.
even Emma Bonino?
I will be very happy of that.
Yeah.
Not
So
only
would
President
I.
of the Republic,
Yes.
Prime Minister too, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
It's absolutely necessary to start with politics.
Yes.
So I think that our party has a rule, half of the member of parliament has
Should
to
be women.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So it's the first step, but I think it's necessary.